What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we are here for the brand new clash, Shinobu and Onami. This character obviously debuting alongside the 10.2 celebration with this character you're seeing on screen right now, Kaido versus Big Mom. So before we get into the breakdown of this event, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the unit itself and discuss, whether or not this unit is worth maxing. Now, of course, this is a unit that's going to be out with this celebration, so I think it's pretty much well worth maxing out, because obviously this unit's going to be boosted on treasure maps, the upcoming Blitz battle, which we know is going to be happening as well. So Onami and Shinobu, they are an int, free spirit, cerebral character. Obviously, being an int character means that they work very well with Kaido versus Big Mom. Captain effect is strength and int 3 times attack, 1.2 health, and int and strength slots are beneficial as well. For free to play, I guess it's not awful. The multiply obviously is a little low, but it is what it is. Then their special ability will actually go ahead and max out at a 12 turn cooldown. I need 5 more skill ups on mine, but it reduces bind despair by 2 turns, and it will also go ahead and boost the chances of you landing on a matching slot for 3 turns, and then randomly changes your slots, including block slots other than tandem and recovery. So obviously very good for Kaido versus Big Mom to shuffle slots around, hopefully get some matching slots, and if you have any recovery or tandem slots, you can just keep them, which, depending on who you're using, either Kaido or Big Mom, you can still have them as beneficial for your team, which is great. And then it will give you a 1.75 times color affinity boost to your whole team for 1 turn, and then it says after 1 turn has passed, you will then get another 1.75 times color affinity boost. So obviously, it's actually a pretty good unit, man. I have to admit, not a terrible unit. You're guaranteed to get 2 turns of color affinity with this unit, and basically high chances of matching slots, right? So not a terrible unit, honestly. Crewmate effect, int characters get 50 base stats. Their own psi recovery and tandem slots are matching, so okay. They have damage reduction 5%, slot bind reduction by 5, and they also have a support effect only attaching to int characters, giving them 5% base stats. So it's nothing overly amazing, but it's not an awful unit either. And as I said, this unit being boosted for upcoming events is definitely the worthwhile reason to go ahead and just farm him out. So that's the breakdown of the brand new Clash Onami and Shinobu character. So let's go ahead and break down the actual content itself with 4 different teams that I built for you guys for this content. So getting into the swing of things here, first team is going to be the versus Kaido and Big Mom team. I don't actually have a team for versus Big Mom for this particular quest. I'm only using versus Kaido, but he's definitely the most ideal captain to use for this quest. He has a really good captain effect. I'll be making another video and many videos for Kaido versus Big Mom over the coming week. But Kaido versus Big Mom are such a really cool unit because their captain effect, specifically with Kaido, gives you -2 cooldown at the start of the quest. So with the host ship, cooldown sockets, double Kaido, lots of cooldown reduction at the start of the fight. And then you see right here with Stage 4, Stage 4 is kind of annoying because they will reverse your specials, they'll give you special bind as well. This brand new Rare Recruit King is phenomenal because he reduces the cooldowns of your powerhouse units, he gets rid of the special bind, which is exceptional, and then from here we can use the Kaido special to get an attack boost turn 1, and if you hit 3 perfects, you get an orb boost on the following turn, so we can carry an orb boost into the final stage, use the secondary Kaido. But the big problem with this quest is that after you kill Shinobu on the final stage of Stage 5, they will revive with half of their health, and you can only attack with 2 characters. You only get 2 taps to kill the character. In this specific video today, 3 of the 4 teams are going to be doing normal attacks to kill, but there's various other ways that you can kill. You can bring, like Dex Kaido, for example. I know that there is a Dex Kaido team flowing around somewhere on the internet, and by using his end of turn damage and health cuts and stuff, you are able to kill because normal attacks only is not present in this fight, because they obviously want you to use the brand new Legend Kaido, which enables them to get lots of damage from non-normal attacks, of course. So I know that Dex Kaido is a really good option. You could use V2 Dofi if you get overkill damage. You can use version 1 Mihawk, which is what I'll be doing in a later team you guys will see in this video. But this is just one example of a team with a lot of the brand new characters that have come out that will enable us to clear the content as fast as we can. Definitely not the fastest team out there, but definitely one of the better teams to use to clear this content. And the special animations of versus Kaido and versus Big Mom are absolutely awesome, so they're definitely showcased here in this clip today. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and move on to the secondary team that I have for you guys in today's video. The secondary team that I have for you guys today is utilizing Goldie Roger, but I'm also using Oden as a sub, and it's because of the revive. The revive is kind of annoying because not only do they go ahead and revive and enable you to only use 2 taps, but they also make it so that all your type slots are counted as non-beneficial. So in order to get around that, I just decided to use Oden instead, because Oden will give us the Wano slots. And of course, with Roger's super type, we can lock those slots for multiple turns. So that's kind of nice. We have Shanks' crew as well for a chain lock, so that, you know, even though we can only attack with 2 characters, you know, the first character is going to be doing an attack, and then the second character is going to be receiving that 3.5 chain lock. So it does make a big difference having a character like that on your team. So I am using King in the previous team that you guys would have seen with versus Kaido, but in this team, another really good unit that you can use that does somewhat similar things to what King does for this fight is this Rare Recruit Karasu, because he also has special bind removal with his crewmate effect and special, and he also reduces the cooldowns of your free spirit and cerebral characters. So a very, very good unit to use for this fight. So building a team around him for stage 4 definitely makes this fight a whole lot easier, and something that I honestly would suggest if you have the available characters, of course. And then of course with Roger, we can use his special to get amazing boosts. And the switch effect of Shanks' crew is kind of nice because we are going to be using Roger on the first turn of the stage 5, and then after we kill and then they revive, we can use the switch effect of Shanks' crew to give us just an attack boost, even though we don't have one normally. So that obviously does make a big difference as well. We are using this Kizuna Rare Recruit Sengoku. He's kind of here just because he will go ahead and remove the bind and attack down that we get received on our team, which is really, really ridiculous. So Sengoku will have to be replaced by a unit that gets rid of 3 turns of bind and 6 turns of attack down. So I guess realistically you could put Ambush Linlin, for example. That definitely could be an option. I'm not really too sure how the damage would go on the revive, considering there is no boost with Sengoku, because Sengoku is a strength unit, of course. But I'm pretty sure by replacing the Sengoku with Ambush Linlin, that should actually get the job done, which is quite nice. So moving on to the third team now, and I'm using Kozuki Oden as the captain this time, rather as a crewmate. And, you know, whenever I get the opportunity to use Oden, I want to do it, because Oden is so much fun to use, but unfortunately, Oden as a captain, he is a little bit tricky to use in terms of getting matching slots. You do have to rely on other characters to give you your slots, and then to use Oden to make them into Wano slots to get the best out of him. And this is what we're doing in this fight today. Now, we do have a lot of key supports on this team, and you might be thinking, what the hell are we running in terms of these units, right? We've got a Christmas Neko Mamashi, who was an old school treasure map rare recruit character, but he's really good because he gets rid of Bind and Despair on the final stage. And then we've also got access to Burundi World Limited Rare Recruit, which I actually did use, like, not that long ago, actually, in another piece of content. Once again, using him here to remove attack down, which is obviously very nice. And we have the Brûlé support on Luffy and Sanji to ensure that the block orbs that we get given on the final boss stage are changed into matching slots. And then Oden Special can change those into Wano slots. So that's the way that we're getting our Wano slots in this team. And we are ensuring that we use the Luffy Sanji Special on the revive, so that we have enough damage output to actually kill with only 2 taps. So this is the final team in the video that is going to be relying on doing normal attacks to kill on the revive with only 2 attacks. Can be a little bit tricky, but of course if you've got the applicable damage, it's not going to be a problem. But Oden is a bunch of fun to use, and anytime I get the opportunity to do it, I want to do it, as I said. And because we are running a lot of free spirit units here, we are actually able to go ahead and use the Karasu Rare Recruit to help us reduce our cooldowns, get rid of the special bind on stage 4. But after all that, let's go ahead and move on to the final team of the video, which is going to be with Douglas Bullet. So as previously mentioned, we are going to be using Douglas Bullet as our captain this time. We are using the friend captain Sweet Commanders, and we are able to proc their super type special because we do have Ambushed Linlin on our team, and we also have Coliseum Oven, so both of which can be used to get rid of or just enable the super type. But Ambushed Linlin is another really good unit. I did talk about Ambushed Linlin a little earlier on in this video, but she gets rid of 6 turns of attack down, 6 turns of bind, 6 turns of despair, so literally gets rid of all the debuffs that you will be encountering on the final boss stage of this clash. So that's a really good way to get rid of those debuffs there. We are actually going ahead and using Douglas Bullet with the support of Buena Festa, which means that when we use Douglas Bullet special on the final stage, that support effect will actually change all those block orbs that we get into matching orbs, so that is obviously fantastic. And then after we actually kill the final stage, we have version 1 Mihawk, which is going to go ahead and just KO the enemy. You know, you can use V2 Dofi as well if you do enough overkill damage, but in my opinion, it's just way better to just use Mihawk, even though his cooldown is quite high. But I think it is just a much better idea to use Mihawk compared to Dofi, because with Mihawk, he just does 60% of the damage that you dealt as damage on the next turn, whereas Doflamingo, it is totally dependent on overkill, which is definitely not a problem. It just means you have to calculate your team and make sure you actually have enough overkill damage to kill, whereas with Mihawk, as long as with normal attacks you kill, it's not going to be a problem from there. But that is going to wrap up this video today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.